to our little morning breathe.
Grand Rising, Matt.
Grand Rising. Oh, I said good morning, didn't I?
Yeah, right. People aren't going to know what's going on.
So, welcome. I'm sure everyone knows Stan, and making a little bit of a guest appearance this morning.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've been on your show. I think the last time we were in the back room with, I want to say Charlene, going over different breathwork techniques. But I wanted to hop on and tell everybody, my name's Stan, if you don't know me. I'm usually kind of in the background. I am the founder of Green Network Providers. I work with Sandy, and I'm sure she's mentioned that nonprofit many times. We are right now having a fundraiser, a fund drive. We're collecting clothes, household items, things of that nature, from now until December 6th, I believe. All that money raised will go towards our donation section of our nonprofit, where we help people who can't afford the medical cards. We have a sliding scale and a patient fund. So if you have any extra household items before the holiday season kicks off, please feel free to stop by Irie Bliss, right out 63 Washington Street, Weymouth, Massachusetts. Bring your household items, and that will go to a good cause.
Yeah, I love that. It's nice to help people out who are struggling a little bit.
A lot of people need it.
You gave me like an interesting piece of information yesterday, like just in regards to like if we could like a goal for weight wise was
1,000 pounds, I believe. Yeah. And
that's a hefty amount of stuff.
But
when you think about it, like you picked up one bag of clothes, and I've like dumped so many clothes before. I'm like, it's probably 30, 40 pounds at least. In the baggies.
Yeah. And we had one of our members, Jody Chapin, dropped off a bunch of stuff yesterday, plates and a bunch of things, and
that's beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So bring stuff down, and I think we're going to move everything into a storage unit as well. Is that correct?
Hopefully fill that up.
So we don't fill up this space too much.
Right.
So bring your stuff down, household items and clothing, and so that we can help people who are in need and help support the Green Network Providers that do such a beautiful job.
Very good.
So thank you, Stan.
Thank you for having me on the show, Matt.
Yeah, for coming on. It's nice to have a little guest appearance.
Right, once in a while.
Something a little bit different today.
So I'm going to
out traveling a little bit.
Right, yeah, and her clothes don't count. They don't really weigh much. So, but anyway.
But anything helps.
Yes.
So
absolutely everything helps.
Yeah. So bring stuff down, and that's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to jump off.
Okay.
And,
I'm just gonna
my breath work from the other room.
Grab a drink, maybe check the sound, make sure we're all good there.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Grand Rising. Kind of weird that I said the other statement. Yeah, so bring your stuff down. And do a little autumn cleaning. So with this week coming up ahead, we'll have the midweek vibe check that I do tomorrow evening at 6:30. Please come on down, take a little break, get some sound healing in person. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock, Anna will be hosting her midweek yoga check-in as well. So join her for some beautiful movements, shifting energies around your body. Friday evening, we will be, I believe, we're going to change our schedule a little bit and do like a little Halloween festivities here at the shop. And as usual, I'm not too sure what DJ is coming in, but Saturday from 12 to 3, stop on down. Get your dancing shoes on. Come enjoy some vinyl spinning of whatever beautiful sounds and music is coming out. And maybe invite in some movement and dance as well. Dance is something that we definitely really need to bring back in. I'm not too sure if there's anything going on Sunday, but yeah, so that's our week, our schedule for this week. So come join us. I'm just going to invite you just to get comfortable, either sitting down, laying down, and maybe just tuning into your breath. Sandy, good rising to you. We do put the fun in fundraising. I hear that. And as you're kind of settling into your space, an invitation for just tuning into your breath for a moment. And just breathing naturally, just breathing in the way that but are you breathing into the stomach? So just breathing any way that feels correct, but an invitation to draw that breath into the belly. Breathing in, fully oxygenating, and maybe allowing for the breath to awaken our system, to awaken the body. Cells, the aliveness within us. The breath can really awaken parts of us that need to be awakened. The breath, breathing into the belly, can help to bring us into balance. Maybe having awareness of your breath. May also bring in a certain quietness to the day. Welcome. So we're just tuning into the breath, tuning into just relaxing the body, breathing into the belly, allowing for a certain awakening to occur through the breath. Maybe feeling the energy of being awake, physically awake, feeling the aliveness within our system, the gentleness, the vibration of what it means to be alert, consciously aware, awakened to the senses. Tapping into that breath, breathing into the belly. And as we did last week, like I invited in bringing a full breath into the belly, like filling the belly to its maximum capacity. So one reason for doing that, I'll just invite you to do that like 3 times and maybe exhaling out through the mouth. And part of that is it's fully oxygenating our system. Another aspect of breathing fully into the belly from time to time is we could look at it in terms of like a workout. Like no different than going to the gym, taking a yoga class, going for a walk, going for a run. And so what it's also doing is it's working the diaphragm and the muscles around what help us breathe. So it's kind of stretching them out. So it's not too constricted. Strengthening everything around the diaphragm. And then breathing in the sounds that you hear with no definition between voice or the vibration being created, the frequency created through the bowls, which I'll mainly be playing the bowls today. Now that we're a little bit settled into our space, an invitation here to discover maybe a little bit deeper sense of relaxing our body. So, what I'm going to invite in here is that we are going to I'm just debating on one body part or the whole body. And let's do the whole body. So what's going to happen here is that we are going to tighten up the entire body. So we're going to tense all the muscles. Not quite yet. So because we're going to try and hold this for 4 minutes. And so the invitation is to kind of slowly get tighter and tighter and tighter. While doing this, we may find or have a tendency to hold our breath. And so I'm going to also invite in that during the tightening, the squeezing of our system, the physical aspect of who we are, to also keep an awareness to, am I breathing? And at the end of the 4 minutes, we're just going to slowly, like if you could just imagine saying if I put like a bowl of ice cream outside on the sidewalk or on the grass on a hot summer day, and if you can just imagine how ice cream might melt super slowly. So when we release the tension in the body, we're just going to slowly melt into like a state of relaxation and just allowing for all the tightness to kind of relax. And I'll guide like with some minor words. So I'm just going to invite you to tune in to the breath for a moment. And then I'm going to just set a timer so I don't forget. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to try and hold it for 4 minutes. So the invitation is to slowly start tightening up your body, making a fist, crunching your toes, clenching your face, stomach, everything, knees. And then just bringing awareness to the different areas and trying to maintain this while you're breathing, not losing focus of the breath. And that's it. Just keep everything nice and tight. Maybe even trying to tighten up a little bit more while staying consciously aware of the breath as we're coming up on our first minute. So just kind of relax into it. Maybe shifting around what you're tightening up a little bit tighter. That's it, staying with the breath, keeping everything nice and tight, maybe clenching up the fists a little bit tighter, the feet, the legs, maybe the face, the mouth, the neck, eyes. Really trying to keep everything tight as we enter the halfway mark here. You're doing a beautiful job. Stay with it. Staying with this tightening, the squeezing, moving around different body parts, maybe just becoming aware of the different parts of you that we are tightening. You're doing a beautiful job staying with it, consciously aware of this tightness, of the squeezing of the body, the muscles, the skin. The whole system is nice and tight. And coming up on the last minute, so you're doing such a beautiful job. Just staying with this tightness. Maybe giving everything an extra squeeze here as we come into this last minute. Maybe really squeezing to the max here as tightly as you can. There may be some form of discomfort, and just allowing for that discomfort to be present. That's okay. We can allow for some discomfort here. We can give that permission to be present as we squeeze everything, maybe even feeling like a cutoff in circulation. And we're entering the last 30 seconds, so really just staying with it. Squeeze the face, the lips, the jaw, the eyes, the stomach, the legs, hips, feet, hands. Really tighten everything up here. doing such a beautiful job as we come to a completion here. I'm just staying with it for a few more seconds. Few more seconds. You're almost there. And now that ice cream in the sun, just slowly allowing for the body to begin to open. Just slow, very, very slow. Ice cream melting in the sun. It's a very slow relaxation and feeling the tension, feeling into the tension leaving the system, and maybe scanning different parts of the body, maybe bringing our awareness to like how the hands are relaxing, the hips. So just gently scanning your system, feeling into the flow of blood, feeling into how our system relaxes when we attune our breath to the body, and allowing for the sensations and feelings of relaxing. When we bring our attention to a particular area of the body, we can, on the inhale, we can actually breathe into the area that we're focused on. So maybe you're just focused on relaxing your eyes for a moment. So on the inhale, we can imagine the energy of the inhale going directly into the eyes, as if the eye was no different than a nose or a mouth. It can take in the oxygen, it can take in the energy, feel the space on the inhale, breathing in and feeling that particular space. And then as we exhale, setting an intention for softening that space, relaxing. You know, setting an intention with our breath is so beautiful. Just like we set intentions for so many other aspects of our journey, our day. So an intention with the breath when we're feeling and trying to relax. This activity is also to help us realize maybe during the day, like what creates tension in your system? Is it meeting with your boss? Is it driving? Is it being triggered by someone in the family or a friend? And so this exercise is to help awaken the sensations of what happens to the body periodically. How things may cause different parts of us to tense up. And then if we set an intention with the breath and feel into the energy, and just honoring what's present, and then allowing it to soften on that exhale. So just breathing, settling into a quiet space. Enjoying silence for a moment. And just letting everything go. So just an invitation, we're going to do a brief breath hold. So a nice deep breath into the stomach, fully filling the stomach. Once full, just holding the breath just for a moment and feeling the energy around you as you hold the breath. And then fully exhaling everything out at the end of your hold. Everyone may have a little bit of a different breath hold. And then just letting it go. And then a question. Are you in a state where the mind is not active? Or we're just attuning to our system? Or is there a lot of chatter still going on? Another intention that we can set with the breath is like to help quiet the chatter of all the little preschoolers in our mind that are vying for attention. Looping that goes on within our mind, that insanity, it's so crazy. It's so hard to get out of that sometimes. But when we practice using our breath and bringing that into more and more of our day, making it more a part of who we are, that chatter is what keeps us trapped, stuck, unable to move on, unable to let things go. That chatter is almost no different than being imprisoned in a cell. It really isn't. It just imprisons us into a looping pattern that's usually not serving us, and we need to let go, reconfigure, transform that energy of the loop so that we can shift and awaken ourselves into a new version of who we are. But all these little loopies, these stuck patterns within our mind, the thoughts, the crazy thinking that just goes on and on and on, it can keep you up all night too. People lose sleep because they can't quiet and turn off the mind. They're thinking at an insanely fast rate of thought halfway through the night while they're trying to fall asleep and they're all restless. What if we set an intention this week to invite in more of the breath? To set an intention to breathe into spaces of discomfort and then softening on the exhale. What do we do with thought patterns? How do we get rid of that? Because you can't always just breathe into a thought pattern. So the thought pattern's a little bit different. What I find that works is speaking to the thought, is because if we're saying that all the chatter is like different little parts of us that are stuck in time, like a preschool of little children, and the children are just versions of us, stuck as an infant, stuck as a 2-year-old, that we have certain behaviors that are just stuck from certain traumas and things that happened while we were growing up. Like I acted like a 1-year-old most of my life through my anger and the way I just lost control. So a 1-year-old that can't speak, can't do anything, and then they are crying uncontrollably or what have you. So that pattern was stuck with me for so long. So how do we change? So what do we do with the thought? So we can speak to that part of us and just acknowledge, like, oh, imagine a smaller version of you. You may not know why or where you were stuck in time, and maybe you do know. But you could speak from a higher version of yourself. Part of that is what we call reparenting ourselves. Part of that is also through inner child work. But we can say, hi, I know you're here. I know you need to be heard and held. I mean, you can really just say anything you want. Just speak naturally and however it comes out for you. You can even just say something like, hey, I'm trying to go to bed here, so I'm going to let you go right now so I can rest properly. And I will come back to you tomorrow when I'm sitting quietly and I can give you more attention. Just think of how you would want to be spoken to as a child. Maybe wishing how people maybe did speak to you but didn't. And speak to that part of you in that manner. Can we support thoughts in a different way as well too? Sure. Maybe it just needs to be heard so we can give it a little bit of space and sit with the feeling and just see if any words come up intuitively so that it's being heard, and then that's that energy speaking to us. Maybe it needs to be held or supported. So I'll give you like a different version of a hug. I usually do one pretty consistently. So another one is to just rub your shoulders up across your arms and rub the shoulders up and down like this. And when we do that, that just is going to stimulate like more relaxation. We can breathe into the sensation of the touch and just letting the system know that we're supporting it and holding it. And then the thoughts will kind of go away and we can kind of soften everything so that maybe we can fall asleep. Maybe we can focus more on our job or what we're supposed to be focusing on in that moment. Because sometimes these racy thoughts will take us out of the moment of what we're experiencing. And then we're living either in the past or in the future, and we can't focus on the task of the present moment. then just gently bringing yourself back into your space. Maybe beginning to feel the floor or the chair. Becoming aware of the room. Becoming aware of the things that are in the room. You know, as we begin to shift and become more aware of the breath and the magic, and as we become aware more of energy and who we are, it's quite amazing, like, where it can lead to. Or the things that could occur or happen. Like, I even had something happen and recently, and I can't even explain it, but it was quite powerful, and I feel as though it's very quite a different change within my system. It's quite beautiful, a certain sense of freedom that I've never felt before. And you know, and so when we consciously start making choices to just set ourselves free, to unlock that cage that's been kept us trapped for so long, start creating different changes, letting things go, shifting on, focusing on breath and energy, how we feel, how to relax the nervous system, control, bring that more into our awareness. Inviting in movement, shaking, stretching. Maybe the neck. I find the neck to be like a really big area of the mouth. I think even like a weird one too is like almost stretching out the mouth, like really, as we think of neck circles a lot. We don't have to necessarily yawn, which could happen. But I love bringing in the mouth and really opening it up and stretching it out and working all the muscles around the cheekbones. We don't think about this area very often, yet we speak through here, and this is because your tongue is no different than a magic wand, right? And speaking and creating your reality. So why not take care of this space as well too? Maybe even just massaging the jawline, the neck. And then just gently bringing yourself back. Reawakening to your space, the room, objects in the room. If you're live listening and you want to type in a comment, feel free to type something in. I do have one guest in the house. If you wanted to add anything, you don't need to be on camera. But if you want to voice anything, you are welcome to share as well. And so the offering for you as you move through this day and through the rest of the week is to maybe have one intention of just becoming a little bit more heightened or aware of breathing, the sensations it can bring, the magic it can bring to our system, to the body, how it can aid us in discovering new energies so that we may let old energies go or old patterns go. So we hope to see you at some of our events this week. and thanks for showing up and taking a listen to this. And we will see you all next Tuesday. Have a beautiful day.